Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, whatever part of the world you are in. Once again, it's your boy Doc Garcia, man. And I couldn't let this topic slide, man. You know, I used to teach children from seventh grade to eighth grade. I used to teach kids. I used to teach health and physical education. And from that job, I found out about these badass kids and how the fuck they be acting. So the title of this video is the type of people who should not reproduce. And I know this might be wrong to say, but some people simply should not have kids. Period. Because I was in Walmart the other day, waiting in line, checking out my groceries and shit. And of course, had this motherfucker had their kids running all around the fucking store, bumping all into my leg and shit, stepping all on my feet. And this motherfucker, this bitch had like 7 kids. And I'm looking at this shit, and of course, bitch checks out her groceries with a food stamp card as usual. So I'm just gonna name a list of the type of people who should never fucking have kids, and this might be a long fucking list, so grab a lunch. I'm just number 1 on the motherfucking list. These fucking welfare recipients. These generational welfare recipients who never get off their ass, who have a family history of fucking welfare. I'm talking about motherfucking mama was on welfare, grandmama was on welfare, great grandmama was on welfare. If you one of those type of motherfuckers, you should never have children. Period. And you got people be, oh well, I have the right to reproduce. Man, let me tell you something. If you can't take care of your motherfucking self, you have no business bringing children into this world. I'm gonna say that again. If you can't take care of your fucking self, you have no business having children. I get fucking sick and tired of seeing these people out here popping out babies like AK bullets popping out of a gun. Like they just popping out kids left and right, and they ain't got no job. They popping out kids left and right, and they constantly receiving fucking welfare and constantly with their fucking hand out. I was watching the news the other day, and it was this black woman on the news that lives in Tampa, Florida. This bitch has 17 kids. And of course, the burden of all of those kids fall on the state. Of course, I, the taxpayer, have to come out of my pocket so to take care of her motherfucking bastard kids because she's too lazy to fucking get a job. She can't keep her legs closed. So all you fucking generational welfare recipients who are at fucking home, sitting on your ass watching Maury Povich eating Popeye's chicken, not trying to go to school, not trying to goddamn get a job, and just popping out kids just so you can increase the amount of fucking EBT money you get on your fucking welfare card. Fuck you. Number 1, that's the first motherfucking demographic of people on the list who should never have kids. Number 2 on the list of people who should never have kids, and this might be a little fucked up, but I'm gonna say it. If you have a family history of like mental disorders and stuff like that, maybe you shouldn't really consider having kids, because I know an individual who has a long family history of mental disorders. And, every kid that comes out of her family, has a really mental disorder, like the most severe level of autism or Asperger's disease or whatever like that. My thing is, if you know that that's a fucking liability, then why even bring a child into this earth so they have to suffer and deal with that type of shit, So that's number 2 on the list. Number 3 on the list are uneducated people. Now, I told you guys I used to teach. So, so that means I had to deal with a lot of their parents. So, with that being said, some of these parents that I've dealt with are high school dropouts, middle school dropouts. They don't know the difference between there, and there, you're and you are, 2 and 2. Like, these are people that decide to have kids. People who are dumb as fuck and decide to have kids. My thing is, if you're not smart enough to help your kids out with basic reading, writing, and arithmetic, then maybe you shouldn't have kids. Period. Another type of person that shouldn't have kids. If, are women who have already had kids by one baby's father. If you already got kids by one guy, and then you might fuck up and have kids by a second guy. My thing is, you shouldn't fuck up more than that. If you decide to keep having kids after that second dude, then bitch, you just a fucking moron. You should never have kids. Straight up. And then on top of that, another demographic of people who shouldn't have kids are people that have extremist views. Like, if you one of them Antifa motherfuckers, if you one of them goddamn alt-right, make America great again motherfuckers, if you one of those motherfuckers, if you one of them Hotep, black community motherfuckers that think all people except black people are the devil, and if you one of them type motherfuckers that have extreme views, you shouldn't have kids. Because most likely, guess what? You're going to teach your kids all of that same bullshit. And they're going to grow up to be just as much of a fucking asshole as you are. My thing is, it's like, this is my view, man. I don't align myself with any group. Y'all know that. My thing is, the majority of people on this earth are assholes. I don't give a fuck what race you are, what motherfucking religion you are, what political affiliation you with. Man, let me tell you something. I don't care about all that. So if I have kids, please believe I'm not going to motherfucking be raising them into no political or racial or whatever ideology. Fuck all that. Now, I damn sure ain't going to raise them into no religious ideology, because that religion ain't nothing but a motherfucking fairy tale to me. So them motherfuckers with extremist ideals, they shouldn't have kids. My thing is, if that ever happened, let me tell you what it would be like. I would raise my kids to be warriors, man. I would raise my kids to believe that, number one, you're not handed anything in this world. You have to earn everything that you get. I will not spoil my children. I will give them what they need, but I won't give them what they want. That's not how it works. If I had children, I would teach them that you don't get a trophy for coming in second place. That's the problem with this new generation. This new generation is a generation where everybody's a winner And nobody's a loser. And everybody's number one. Let me tell you the cold, hard truth and the cold, hard reality that you parents need to start teaching your children. Not everybody comes in first place. Not everybody is a winner. And nobody is entitled to shit. And that's what you should teach your kids, man. Because I get sick and tired of these motherfucking pussy ass kids growing up to be pussy ass adults. And a lot of that shit is on the motherfucking parents, man. I tell you one thing, I might have beef with my parents, but one thing I motherfucking learned from my parents, one thing I give props to my father for, my father taught me how to be a soldier, man. My father taught me that he taught me basic shit on how to be a man. He taught me that you ain't giving shit in this world. You need to man up. Times will be tough and not everything is going to be sunshine and roses. So when hard times come, you need to persevere. You need to live your life with discipline, and you need to be consistent in character and consistent in your actions. That's one thing I respect my father for. And that's one thing I respect my grandfather for, man. So, all you parents out there, and all you people who think about having kids, man, teach your kids the right thing, man. Stop fucking spoiling them. Start actually spending time with your kids. And to you fucking parents who love to beat the shit out of your kids, let me tell you something. It's a difference. Yeah, y'all there? Yeah, my shit got fucked up for a minute. But like I said, man, beating your kid's ass and raising, if you don't think you can handle that shit, put on a condom. Because I'm telling you, man, not everybody should have kids. So think before you reproduce. That's all I got to say. Doc G out. Peace.